So
Yeah, because apparently your mother-in-law's coming.
yes, who I love so much. But my version of clean and her version of clean are very different cleans, and I would like her to be comfortable in my home, so I'm going to clean the crap out of my house.
Yeah, my version of clean is not the same. I also just dropped like $500 on my cat, and so I could care less
Why?
about everything. Because
Is she
Peggy's,
okay?
yes, it's a behavioral issue. It's
Oh.
deals with anxiety and it deals with attachment disorders. But basically, my
Ooh.
cat was peeing on everything. And I'm really tired of cleaning pee, and I'm tired of getting peed on when I'm asleep, which
When
I
you're
know is
asleep?
gross. Yeah. I'm in bed asleep.
Oh.
So she gets like the zoomies, and then she'll stop for a second. And when she stops, I always check. Yep, she peed. And it's because it's a lot. She has like anxiety and attachment issues from me because she was separated from her mom when she was little. I mean, we found her in a parking lot and she was malnourished and too small for her age. Um, and so then, in this pandemic, we were home for like 2 years. We never left. And now I leave sometimes to go do things. Like I went to my first concert last night, and since the pandemic started, which was a lot of people, and it was a lot of young people too. And so I was like, oh no, what's happening? This band was my generation's band. I went to see Reliant K, the hat I'm wearing.
Oh, I love Reliant K.
And they had
Me and
an
Will
amazing
just got in a fight
opener.
about Reliant K.
Well,
Like he was like, Reliant K sucks. And I was like, excuse me, like even if you weren't like a
they
super
are
Christian kid,
so
Reliant
fun
K
pop
is
punk.
still a bop. Oh, is their opener that girl?
Simly, I can't remember her name. Their name.
I follow her on
Yes.
TikTok.
So
Are they
that's
them?
why the audience was young. I don't know if they're they, them, or she, her, but I think
It's
they
good
said
to it's good to
her.
assume them.
Yeah, they
Because we
said
don't
she,
know.
her, Reliant K did when they were talking about her, but I didn't know, and so I was like, they. This is
Cool.
my generic go-to, but
Their opener, or
she, and so funny. Oh my gosh. And so that's why I realized the crowd was so young, was because they had a set that was like basically an hour long too, and Reliant K's was an hour long. And so there was like, they were the opener, but they got just as much time, which was really cool. And I was like, oh, they're big on TikTok. So I was watching
they're huge
in front of me showing this to their friend. And I was like, that's why the demographic's so young at this concert. Because I was like, oh, this is not the pop punk concert crowd I was expecting.
And Reliant K got a bunch of crap because they're queer. And they're like, why would they have a queer opener? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Reliant K is great. F off.
Reliant K has like grown with my generation, which I think is really cool because I mean, I love their old albums. Like they sang one of the encore songs, Chapstick and Chap Lips and things like Chemistry, which is like one of their old albums. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I still had every line memorized. And I was like, oh, look at me. They sang, Sadie Hawkins Dance was the closing song, which was amazing. The only thing I always wish, and I know not a lot of people know the song as much, but Lion-O is one of my favorite songs. And
I don't know if I know that one.
It's literally a song about Thundercats. And I love it. And he's like, I'm lying up. And it's just great. It's like chilling at the Raiders, watching me and the twins. It's great.
Savannah is probably my favorite Reliant K song.
It's really good.
Why.
They played
it's
that.
the only one that comes into my brain. Like
that
not
was
the only one, but
that
the
was
first
his
one.
Major breakup album where he like secluded himself in that trailer and wrote an amazing. But he played Savannah. And
I love Savannah.
That was great. And I was a camp counselor back in the day. And I had one of my campers' name was Savannah. And I would always sing that at her. We were like trying to go to sleep. And, I'm the counselor that would get in trouble because I wouldn't go to sleep and keep all my campers up. They were Bridget. Like, Bridget, shut up. And I was like, Savannah.
Oh, hey, everyone. That's Bridget. Bridget went to Reliant K. I'm Lauren.
Yeah. Welcome to our podcast. Oh, but I haven't finished my cat. My cat.
Oh, yeah,
$500. What's up? So anxiety issues, didn't like the litter box anymore. It was too small. So I had to get a new litter box. She peed in it while I wasn't in here.
That's good.
Great. But she had so many other issues. Like if I leave the house, she just cries and cries and cries. And then makes herself like sick because I'm gone. So homegirl just got some kitty Prozac coming to her. So look at that. She really takes after me.
Well, your girl, since the last time you've seen her,
Yeah.
me, I'm your girl. She got some big girl Prozac, not actual Prozac. I got on Lexapro. I have antidepressants, and I feel amazing.
I told you. I
know
you.
It was very concerning when I texted you that first day, but I threw up so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, when your body, I mean, you're literally rewiring your brain. So it's gonna take some adjustment. Now Pari is my next friend that I'm like, go to the doctor, get some meds. It's the best decision I've ever made. Because I'm trying to get all of us like gifted and talented students that are like dying right now. And I'm like, no, I was the first one to jump on this bandwagon. I'm taking y'all with me because I know y'all won't do it either.
I made my own therapist appointment by myself, and they canceled on me. It was supposed to be yesterday. They didn't tell me that. I went to go fill out my new patient details, and it said my appointment was canceled. So I was like, okay, I guess they probably tried to call me, but I don't remember getting that phone call. So that was really disappointing. That's my only really big upset of this week, is that I was supposed to start therapy and my therapist decided not. So
hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I canceled on my therapist once when I was doing all that that flight therapy stuff. And I just didn't feel like going one day, and I made up some excuse and texted her. She won't listen to this, but so yeah, you get your ups and your downs, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of ups and downs, here's an up. We got like a ton of new Facebook page followers, which is crazy. Hey!
And one of them's not Steven.
Animals. I'm so sorry, new followers. I was about to say hi and thank you for listening, if you're listening. Oh my goodness.
Paid marketing works.
I love you. Please stop. Oh my gosh. But one of those new listeners we didn't get from Facebook. Oh my gosh. I have a whole thing, and my dogs. I'm going to mute for just a second so I can yell at them. Hold on.
Yeah, okay. That's why my cats are locked in the other room, because they will jump and rub on the microphone and it's very loud.
Okay, we're trying this again. So, my friend from work, Mason, he's a Coca-Cola vendor, yeah?
Yeah,
We've talked about Mason before. Hi, Mason. He's caught up, so he will be listening to this on
Mason,
Friday.
I've heard you're mad at me. I'm very scared.
Mason is mad at you.
So are the dogs, apparently.
Because he loves, or he says that Coca-Cola Starlight is good.
Oh, everybody says it. Everyone has said. Are you gonna try it right now? I'm gonna
try it right now.
Oh my gosh. It was so disgusting. It tasted like Pepto-Bismol. Everybody's like, no, it's like vanilla-y, raspberry. And I'm like, what is wrong with all of y'all? Because I had a friend, my friend BJ, he just posted that he had it. He was like, what is wrong with you? It tasted great. And I was like, no, it tasted like Pepto-Bismol. Lauren, do it right now, because I'm so mad about it.
You ready for this ASMR of this Coca-Cola opening?
No.
He was so adamant about it that he was gonna buy it for me before I left work today. He was like, I've got $1 in my wallet. And I was like, I don't need your dollar, man. Like, I'm good. Keep it. So let's see. Opening the Coke for all of our faithful listeners.
And watchers. See?
It smells really weird. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
And you know, I love fun flavored things. I try them all the time. I try all of weird Starbucks stuff. I mean, that's how I found Coke
like
cinnamon.
Chocolate? But not. I've got my
take a sip right now. A straw will change the flavor.
Well, I like straws.
Just take a sip right now before pre-straw. Raw sip. Raw dog that sip. All right. What? I can't tell. It's gross, right? What is explain your thoughts.
I don't know. Like, I genuinely
see, I did that like 3 times and I was like, Pepto-Bismol, because it's like weird creamy.
It definitely doesn't taste like Pepto-Bismol.
Oh. agree to disagree.
It kind of tastes like a Coke float.
I hate Coke floats.
If it was flat. I would not like see this and be like, oh hell yeah, Coca-Cola Starlight, I'm gonna try it.
Like how we are with Coke Cinnamon when we're like,
Coke Cinnamon was fantastic because it's like Coke plus.
Yeah,
you know,
so
it's like, do you like Coke?
Beef
Here's
with
the
your Coke vendor because
Cokes.
he took my Coke Cinnamon away.
Well, that wasn't Mason's fault. Okay,
if he's gonna defend Coke Starlight, no, if he's gonna defend Coke Starlight, I can come at him for Coke Cinnamon.
You know, I actually don't know if Mason likes Coke Cinnamon. Mason, do you like Coke Cinnamon? I want to know. I feel like we've talked about it. I don't remember what you said. I'm sorry. I was probably there at like 4 a.m. So can you blame me? But I also have a cherry Pepsi, and this is what I will be actually drinking throughout the show. I'm drinking my
HEB brand Dr. B.
I don't think I like it. I don't hate it. It's not horrible. Like, I could drink this.
No.
But it has like a weird chocolate taste with the raspberry and the vanilla. And if it didn't have that chocolate taste, I would like it. But I don't like the chocolate taste. The straw gets to go into the Pepsi.
There you go.
It's better.
I don't like Coke floats or vanilla Cokes or vanilla Dr. Peppers. None of that. I've never liked that. So maybe that's why, if there's a lot of vanilla in there,
well, I don't like
that.
I don't generally like flavored Coke. I loved Coke Cinnamon. I also love cherry Pepsi. I don't like Coke Pepsi or Coke cherry Coke. I've been up since 3 this morning. Sorry. And I just took my antidepressant, so I'm feeling awesome. Yeah. I should have let Mason buy this. I'm disappointed.
Lesson learned.
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed. But we did it for science. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. It's not Coke Cinnamon.
It's gross.
I don't understand why you think it tastes like Pepto.
It tasted like Pepto. I don't know. Now I'm starting to question, like, are my taste buds different than everyone else's? Like, have I never tasted things
the same? A super taster?
Yeah. I can like taste the flavor of anything, and so I'm sitting here like, is Pepto like raspberry vanilla flavored? It's supposed to be cherry.
It's supposed to be cherry.
It's definitely
probably not. Isn't. I think Pepto tastes like mint. Like it's minty. Yeah, it's minty. It's like got like a mint.
It's like a licked chalk, sidewalk chalk. No.
It's like mint and rubber and sorry, I'm trying to think of what it is.
No.
Like how it tastes on my tongue. I have some in my fridge, but I'm not gonna try
in
it
your
just
fridge?
To tell you what it tastes. Yeah, I always keep it in the fridge. I don't know why. I think Will did it, and I just kind of left it there. I was like, okay, well, if Will put it in the fridge, I guess it belongs there. So now it lives in my refrigerator.
I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that in the fridge. I put my aloe vera in the fridge because it feels better on my burnt skin when it's cold.
No, I hate it. I hate how cold aloe vera is whenever I put it on my burnt skin.
Menthol aloe vera on my burnt skin. It's a great feeling. I don't like the stickiness afterwards. Like if you use real aloe vera, I hate. I was explaining. It's like I feel like a lizard that got a second skin and I'm about to shed it. And my brother was like, "What?"
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so cold, and then it's like wet, and you can't put anything on to not be cold. And you're already cold because you're burnt, and now you're inside of the AC, and it feels awful.
I never feel cold because I'm burnt. I'm literally just like I'm dying and burning.
Oh, I feel like literally, like legit frozen because I'm so hot. Everything else is so cold.
Oh no, I just feel like the heater is on, but inside my body.
Oh no.
But I always am like hot temped anyway. Like my cheeks are always red. I mean, I always think the AC needs to be on and lower. So
I'm the opposite. I'm always cold. I wear like 5 jackets. I'm actually sad because I took off my hoodie before I started recording because I changed out of my work clothes.
Can't do it now.
And now I'm cold.
Now you're gonna be cold forever.
You're a jerk. I let you stir your beans.
That was 3 weeks ago. What we recorded 4 weeks ago. We recorded that episode. Yeah.
Was it really?
Because we double recorded the last time, and that was 2 weeks ago. So it would have been 3. Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Oh wow. It feels like just a moment.
Also, you let me stir the beans because you had to pee.
That's true. I also really had to pee.
There was definitely a self-motivated.
I have a sweater on the back of my chair. It's just not a very warm sweater.
Also, for anybody watching, you have new hair.
I do have new hair. I'm blonde now.
You have bad lighting.
Rachel.
It looks great, right? It looks great in real life. You have bad lighting on this camera right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not as yellow as it looks here. It's like platinum-y-ish.
You got like an ashy blonde. I like that.
Yeah, it definitely went a lot lighter than I thought it would in a good way.
Yeah, because red normally doesn't like to lighten.
But it took 6 hours.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoy being a blonde. So I think I'm going to keep it. I look better than I thought I would, but also my mom is blonde, so I probably should have expected to look okay. But see, I have a sweater. It's just not warm, and that's okay. I will take it. Thanks. I just got it from Dirt Cheap. It was $2.
I do like Dirt Cheap.
Me too. I like $2.
Did you go with Crystal?
I did.
Yep.
I sure did.
Classic Crystal date, Dirt Cheap. But
we went to Dirt Cheap and then we worked out. Isn't that great?
That's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do in 2 hours. And I did not shave my legs, so I'm just like.
Oh, sorry.
Find where this was at, because I don't have a timer on this thing. It's really hard to find this.
Just let me have one, children. Let me tell you why cursing is bad. It's bad because someone said it was. I'm not actually sure why cursing is super bad. Just someone decided these words were not good words.
All I know
you can't say them anymore.
We get flagged, and then I can't market us.
I'm sorry.
So even personal preference, I don't care. It's marketing preference. I'm just gonna have to scan through this.
I'm sorry.
When did we start recording? How do
That's a really solid question.
How do I see the times? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do this. If you're listening, you know how to turn the timestamp on. Just tell me. Oh, well, I'll figure it out later. It means I have to listen through our whole recording.
I'm sorry. You only have to listen to like the first 15
We don't
minutes.
even know how long we've been recording, Lauren, but it's definitely been over 15 minutes.
No, it hasn't. It has not been over 15 minutes.
Because every time we think, it's only been like 10 minutes, it's always 30 when I go back.
Like 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes tops.
Oh, I still have to go through it and scan through it. No more. You're cut off from it.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I forgot what I was saying.
We've been watching Attack on Titan though.
We have been watching Attack on Titan season 1. I just finished season 1 yesterday. I started watching season 2.
Oh yeah, we joined the club.
So hopefully we don't roll that, or we do.
Or we do.
We'll just keep
and it's
going.
Great.
We'll see.
Speaking of Attack on Titan news, right before we start this, basically the current season that's on right now, it looks like they just released the last few episode titles, and it's not the last manga title. So it looks like we are gonna either get a part 3, or a movie, and I think it's a
part
movie.
3.
I think we're gonna get a movie because there's no way you can do a part 3 because it's one long scene basically chopped up in the chapters. So I think
aren't they changing the ending?
For
the anime?
Hope so.
I heard they were changing the ending. I don't know if that was a rumor or
There was a rumor. I mean, they won't confirm anything because they don't want you to know the ending of the show. But
oh yeah.
Man, do I really hope they do change the ending.
That's all I've heard is that everyone's like, they better change it.
It better change
So-
that ending. I mean, it makes sense how it ended right now, but at the same time, I'm like, we deserve a better ending, is what we deserve.
You do.
I've been through a lot. I can't even share like cool things with you. Like this past week was a 1-year anniversary of a huge moment in the manga. I can't share it with you.
I'll get to it eventually. I did start watching season 2.
No, you won't, because it'll be in the movie.
Through.
So it'll probably be in 2 years. Because Mappa doesn't have time to do anything. They're working on Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's true.
I'll share with you on the 5-year anniversary of this pivotal, like, little cell.
Sweet.
I only have one friend that I can share. It's Jess Michael. I'm like,
once I finish Haikyuu, I will read Attack on Titan for you. Okay, you can choose one. I'll read Attack on Titan or I'll read Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer will only take you like 2 days. Attack on Titan's going to take you like 3 months. So
how long is Attack on Titan?
I only own the first half of the manga, and it's long.
I breezed through like 300 chapters of Bleach in 3 days. I only took 3 days because freaking Shonen Jump has a limit where you can only read 100 issues a day because they don't want you to binge. Yeah. So I would have been much further, but I'm not, and that's sad.
139 chapters, but they're not short. They're not.
I can get there.
They're not like My Hero, where it's like I had 2 sentences of dialogue and the chapter ended.
Honestly,
I really had to wait a week for this. Nothing happened.
I'm super annoyed at what happened recently, and I just like whatever.
Good talk.
I can't. I'm just upset.
So Michelle, so you know she had never watched Attack on Titan until we rolled this and she started watching. She's now about to start season 4. And she's been messaging me things like, I won't answer this question. She asked, who's Zeke? And I was like, I'm not going to tell you that. And last night she messaged me while I was at the concert and I made sure to answer that message. She was like, and I was like, yeah, I was waiting for that reaction.
I'm mad at her because she sent me a sad fan fiction thing.
I saw it on Twitter and I was like, I don't understand what this is.
I'm upset because now I want it and I know Dana will never give it to me. There are 2 things that Dana will never write. There used to be 3, but she did one and she ended up liking it. So I'm hoping that one day she'll write it with me. But I really want a Kiri Baku. She will not write it because she doesn't ship them romantically. And I'm like, okay. And I keep waiting and putting the pressure on, and it's just never gonna come.
Yeah.
But they love each other so much. And then the other thing, what was the other thing? I forgot already. It's okay. I must not have wanted it that much.
Look at my lovely background.
Oh.
Remember when I told you Bridget has a fun facts section?
Oh yeah, good. Because I have like no fun facts. I think it's not a fun episode.
Is it this week? Oh yeah. Bridget's fun facts section. This recording, we get it's like a whole page.
Oh, sweet.
Fun facts about nothing confirmed, but kind of hinted at confirmed.
I'm so excited.
All for the ship of these 2, which if you're just listening and not looking, it's Petra and Levi. I mean, Aaron's back there in this background, but who cares?
Whatever. No, it's just Bridget now.
Person. Yeah,
it's just Bridget.
I was like, oh, this lights up great. I could look at Levi though. Am I looking at him?
Hate it. You look down just a little bit. There you go. That's it. That's the steal. The still.
Well, I wish you could take a screenshot of it, but you cannot. All right. Well, that was the still. We'll see if it actually lets me choose that as the still. Let me see if I can get a photo of it.
Sorry,
Am I looking at him?
Yeah. You are.
Does it look good?
The microphone kind of went into your eyeball a little bit.
It did, but that's fine. It does. I have a weird, like, little indentation, but it works. All right, cool. So,
okay.
Here
Shall
we? Yeah. So we're starting on episode 20. There's only 3 episodes for this recording. And the title of this episode should be great for you.
It is. It's it happens to be episode 20, Irwin Smith.
Irvin
Smith. I know it's hard because I've been reading
German.
it. And Irvin.
I know, guys, when you read it, it's always worse. You know it when you listen to it.
This man so much, especially after watching.
Michelle, this might be triggering for you because she just had to watch a certain episode.
Imagine how I felt. It was my 2 favorite characters. I was devastated.
Yeah, it's a really, really big Sophie's choice there.
Actual BS. I was so mad, and I didn't even know who I wanted.
I didn't.
I was just like,
I wouldn't have chose what they chose, but I
wouldn't have either.
They overpowered their captain.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm sorry. We'll get to that
one day
in season 3. Eek. Anyway, episode 20, Irvin Smith, the 57th Exterior Scouting Mission, Part 4. All right, here's your Netflix summary. The female Titan's been captured, and it's Irvin's goal to find out who the human is lurking inside of it. The scouts realize there's a spy among them. That's it.
There we go. Shocking. Jean and the Levi Squad are all figuring out that there must be a spy amongst the ranks, and that's why the plans were so under wraps. They need to narrow down the list of subjects. The only people who are involved are probably involved in the plans are probably Hanji, Levi, and Irvin, the survivors from 5 years ago. I can't hear myself. There we go. They're all trying to reason with how many people have died while they were trying to figure out who the spy is amongst the group. Because, like, half the scouts just got obliterated by this female Titan. Armin says the commander had to choose either a handful of us or all of us, which I can't imagine making that kind of decision. Is like, should I kill everyone or should I only kill some of us? And then you have to like weigh who can die and who can't. And that's just, I never want to do that. Armin says that says genuine harborers of change have to sacrifice their heart. Lauren, do it. Dedicate your heart, Lauren. You're texting and you're not dedicating your heart.
It was a work text. I'm sorry. Someone's covering my shift on Saturday, and he asked when it was, and I forgot.
Dedicate your heart. All right.
It's dedicated.
Good.
To HEB.
No, Lauren.
HEB, where it's easy to go to work and stuff. It's that Mattress Firm
I was gonna say that's
song. I don't know why that happened.
Anyway, they have to sacrifice their heart and abandon their humanity for the sake of greater humanity. He thinks of Irvin and Pixis in this moment. Like, it's literally sacrifice all of us or sacrifice some of us to save the rest of us. And I was like, there's so much death. And I would absolutely just...
Rest of us for the rest of us.
I would cease to exist if I had to make that decision. So Levi goes in to cut out whoever is in the female Titan and whoever the spy amongst them, and as he does that, her hands harden like a crystal and protect the nape. That is protect and nape. Protect the nape of her neck. So she like hardens up and then is like, no, I don't think so. And their swords, their like blades can't cut through the crystal. Irvin says that he wants the cannon aimed at her and to blow off her hands, the wrists, so they can preserve whoever else is under there. Levi starts telling the Titan that he's going to cut off her limbs with a joint from her actual body. So like what they were going to do with Aaron, just cut around. You're going to lose your arms and legs, but we'll keep your core safe because apparently you grow them back. And he's saying this while he's standing on her head and like stomping on her head, which is really funny at times. So the female Titan looks really panicked, and then all of a sudden she starts like roaring multiple times very loudly. It's very alarming when you're watching this episode. I forgot about it. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was so loud.
I'm so sorry. I'm moving it off of my desk. It's down
The
here.
female Titan looks panicked and starts roaring loudly multiple times, and her cry suddenly starts attracting tons of Titans, and they're ignoring all the other people that are up in the trees. And so they just start sprinting towards her. Sasha, who's up in the trees, says that the cry is like the sound of a dying animal that knows it has nothing else left to lose. So like a cornered animal. Like if you've ever gone hunting, I don't like hunting. Like I like the food from hunting. I do not like the act of hunting for myself, just because I've heard that noise and it's just I am too sensitive for that.
I don't think I've ever been hunting.
Well, I have. I felt I can clean the animal once they are already dead. When they are losing their life, I cannot. So she's warning Mikasa that she has to be terrified to survive. Like, if you just go in there fearless and reckless, you're gonna die. And if you have some fear to save your life, then you're gonna have like the chance to live. Sasha, it just goes to show how amazing of a character Sasha is, because she is so smart but so humble and chill, and I love her. And she keeps a lot of the boys in line, like Connie and Jean, and I love Sasha. So the Titans
Sasha
are running.
Is a better version of Krista.
Yeah,
that's just a fact.
You just don't like Krista though.
She's just annoying.
Sasha's more of a rough and tumble kind of girl, and I like her.
I really love Sasha.
Yeah, potato girl, love her. So all the Titans are now running, and they're ignoring all people and going straight to her, and they start eating the female Titan, like cannibalism, like what we saw with Eren, like before we knew that one Titan was Eren. All the binds start breaking off of the female Titan though because of this. Because remember, they shot her up with all the metal wires, and so that she wouldn't be able to move. So Irvin finally gives the orders to withdraw, because he was like, no, we're gonna finish this, we're gonna find out who this is, we're gonna go back with answers. But because of her breaking free, Irvin finally commands everyone to attack all Titans and defend the female. All the binds start breaking off, and then Irvin finally orders the withdrawal and tells everyone to return to the district they just left from, which everybody's like, we failed. Yeah. Everybody that can see what's happening is like, we failed. This sucks. Levi says if they go to back to that courtroom with their tail between their legs, that Eren will be back in chains or dead. And he's like, we can't withdraw. But Irvin tells Levi to replenish his blades and gas up before they go back. And Levi questions it, but ultimately obeys, which is really important because we don't always know what the commander is thinking, but Levi is trying to teach this lesson to Eren, like, you can question it, you can decide what you want, but at the end you need to trust me. And so that's what Levi really likes Eren, because he sees himself in him, but he's like, I don't know about this, but okay. So Levi Squad, Petra, thinks they maybe found out who was in the female Titan, but they really don't know the truth, because remember, they were ahead of where they caught the female Titan, so they can't see what's happening. So like, if we're going back, that means we caught them. This is great. So they're all swinging through the forest back to their horses, and they're talking about how, oh man, I don't remember how to say this guy's name now because it was in my other notes. Oru.
Oh crap! How did we say his name?
It's in my other notes. 1 second. I should have wrote this down for every single one of my notes.
Just listened to this.
Ova. Now we're going French.
Ova.
Where do I drive? I know. I was like, this isn't right.
Bonjour. Good day.
Bridget's notes. Attack on.
How is your family?
Lauren, I'm gonna punch you.
So sorry. I've been up since 3. I'm hyped up on Mountain Dew.
New intro song. Hanji visiting. Blah 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 blah. Odwa. Okay, leaving these notes up just in case I forget again. Anyway, they're all swinging back to the forest to their horses. They're all talking about how much Odwa and Petra peed themselves in battle the first time. It's a
Adorable.
sweet little funny moment because they're like, Aaron, you held yourself pretty well. Like the first time we had to do like face up against Titans, like, you know, they pee and they're all like, I did not pee. And it's pretty funny.
And they did.
But then all of a sudden, this mysterious hooded scout launches green smoke, telling them to redirect. Because remember, they redirect to wherever they see the green smoke. We can't see who it was, but the Levi Squad's like, oh, I guess there must be like a Titan or something. Okay, we'll go that way. Irvin explains that they saw the Titan get eaten, but they never saw the person. Then they talk about what if someone disguised themselves in ODM gear and is trying to deceive them. Hence him telling Levi to hang back a little bit because he feels there's something going to happen. Sure enough, the mysterious hooded figure swings up by Levi Squad and the person kills Gunther and keeps swinging with them. And like, it's really sad because, you know, we just got really attached to the Levi Squad and we see Gunther and we know that most likely they're going to go after the rest of the squad. And then the quote that they end with is like Irvin talking to Levi saying, how do you ferret out an enemy when they're one of your own? So the after credits, we see the female Titan comes back and is going for Aaron again. But between her and Aaron lays Levi's special ops squad, the top-notch Titan killers. So it looks like there's now going to be another fight, but with less people because it looks like they might have gotten cornered.
Can we just not go to the next episode?
And this is where the show ends, everybody. We never know what happens, and everybody knows.
That's it.
Except for Marco.
The end. Poor Marco. I have no voice actors, but I do have the little screens in the middle of the episode.
Yeah,
it's talking about the special targeting restraining weapon that they used on the female Titan.
Okay.
So it's a newly developed weapon that was created in order
cannon thing?
Yeah. It's created in order to restrain specific types of Titans, which I'm assuming is abnormal. They don't say. And the barrels are loaded with 7 iron tubes that carry spiraling wires, which is what they use in their ODM gear. And they're tipped on both sides. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that means that they're like
a hook.
Yeah.
Like a fishing line. You can't
yeah.
pull it back out.
Gotcha.
Look, hunting.
Yeah, that's it. No fun facts because it's not fun.
It's not fun. And
nothing
guess
fun
what? This next episode also
really not fun. It's the least
next
fun,
episode
actually.
Also
super not fun.
Until we get some Bridget's fun facts post episode. But then they're also not fun because they'll never happen.
And not just because Levi's gay.
Unconfirmed.
I'm sorry. I was gonna let it go, but then I finished the season, and him and Irvin are just murder husbands. That's what they are. They just murder and love, and I dig it.
Unconfirmed. All right.
Murder husbands.
We ready for 21?
Yeah, it's called Crushing Blow, so prepare yourself.
It is an accurate title name.
It is. So this is episode 21, Crushing Blow, the 57th Exterior Scouting Mission, Part 5. Ooh, I said that so fast this time. I'm so proud. Your Netflix summary is as follows. Traitors infiltrated the scouts, destroying their ranks from within. When she takes the form of the female Titan, Aaron prepares for a brutal fight.
I think it'd be a lot funnier if it was a he.
If it was a he? I know.
He had the female Titan. He's like, man, of all the abnormals I got. I'm the female.
I hit that emphasis, I was like, oh.
But I also kind of like, I want to explore that. If, you know, we know more about Titans. But if.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Would that? Yeah. What could that happen? Like, what does that happen? I want to know. What's the science there? What is the science in my fictional show there?
We'll talk, because that's a very good question, my dude. I don't know.
Sizzle on that. That's for off the air, because we're not in that season where we can openly discuss that yet.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So many questions to ask you. Okay, sorry.
Irvin explains that when the Colossal Titan disappeared, they had ODM gear, and in the steam, he escaped. And I was like, ooh, didn't even think about that. So this is when they're like, hey, this is why we think the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan are also traitors.
Question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Eren have ODM gear when he first transformed, or was it already off of him?
His was broken because remember he got slapped down and bitten. So he still had strappies on him, but none of his gear worked.
Okay. Because I don't remember seeing it on him when he came out, but that was also a while ago.
Strappies, but no actual gear. Because I think Armin actually says that. Okay. Because they were like, his gear was broken.
Well, Armin is, just the know-it-all of gear, apparently.
Armin, what a smart kid. A genius, you would say.
It had the same scrapes and bumps, because you would notice that. I'm sorry. I'm really mad. That's for next episode. Let's not talk about it.
Okay, so Irvin explains that when the Colossal Titan disappeared, that person most likely had ODM gear, and in the steam, he escaped. And they're like, what, 2 traitors? Hanji is doubting because his equipment was broken, and because Eren's equipment was broken and he was physically exhausted. Hanji says it. But Irvin says there's different levels of Titan ability and that Eren's new to this. So that actually probably makes sense that he was exhausted and his stuff was all broken because he's a new Titan. What if this person's not new?
He's a little baby.
And they need to broaden their way of thinking. And I was like, bam, bam, bam.
Just like a
unexplored territory. And that's what the scouts, that's their whole purpose. The unexplored territory, that's their job.
Wow. So
poetic. Armin is discussing how the Titans only breached the outer gate's destruction, and then when Eren revealed his Titan self, they reevaluated their whole plan because of Eren. Armin says that whoever the Titans are were there and saw Eren first transform, so that really narrows down the list of suspects to just those people that were sitting there when Eren busted out of his Titan. Which I mean, there's only 5 people that saw it. They were the people we saw on the roof. The Levi Squad is, remember the mysterious hooded person is still chasing them. Realizes that whoever this mysterious hooded person is, it's probably the person who's the female Titan. Sure enough, Titan lightning strikes, and that mysterious hooded swinging person is now the female Titan, and it starts chasing Levi Squad. Eren threatens to bite his hand yet again, but they talk
That's what
him down
he does.
yet again.
Eren just bites himself.
And they're like, no, Eren.
They're like, no, and he's like,
no, Eren, no, Eren, down. Eren, sit. Heal. Eren, heal. So they talk him down, saying that the 3 that are left can handle this. And Eren's job is to get back to base because, ultimately at the end, they're using Eren as bait right now, and they cannot lose him. Petra yells at Eren that she thought he trusted and had faith in them, and Eren yells that he does. And so he shoots off and does what Petra says. Petra and Odwa blind the Titan, and she, because they just start, shooting at her eyeballs.
They crush it, dude. They really crush it.
They really could have handled this.
Anything else.
Would have been any other Titan. Yeah.
Sucks.
She slams back against the tree and covers the nape of her neck again because she's a cheater. And they start slicing at her shoulders and arms. Her arms start to fall limp at her side, and so they start aiming for the neck to take off the muscle to the head. Eren is amazed by the squad and realizes they must have lasted this long because of their trust in each other. But then all of a sudden, the female Titan bites Eld out of mid-air and splits him in half. And it's the most jarring thing because you're like, they're doing it. And just a main character just obliterated. And you're like, and so now the female's Titan one eye has grown back in less than 60 seconds. And they're like, she's not supposed to be able to do that. So she channeled all of her Titan energy into regenerating that one eye first. So her arms still aren't working. Her other eye's gone. But she was like, I need to be able to see to defend myself. So she could redirect her healing energy into that one spot, which is crazy. New Titan info to everyone. The female Titan runs at Petra. Let's take a moment here.
I know. This
Female
is
Titan
awful.
runs at Petra, slams her foot into Petra as she is swinging, and slams her into a tree while stepping on her and destroys Petra. They do show it later, and it is.
Yeah, it's awful.
I see a lot of deaths, and they're all pretty brutal in Attack on Titan, but this one, because you were so attached to this character, is maybe
also just the way her body was laying is absolutely jarring.
Her head is up on the tree, back broken, like pressed up against the tree. It is blood just running down it.
Like eyes open and dead. It's like just horrible. Just
apparently
horrible.
At the Attack on Titan
and
theme park in Japan, they have her death there.
Oh, of course they do. Evil. And the worst part though is that she was absolutely terrified when she died. Like it wasn't a brave death. She was running away.
It was brave
screaming.
Because like Sasha said, to live you need to be afraid.
Yeah.
But it is sad to see that is the last emotion on her face. It was awful. So to make things worse, she then kicks Odwa out of midair and kills him too. Yep. So that's all of them. The entire Levi squad has been taken out. And I just wrote another note that said Petra has such a brutal death. I know. So Eren is now seeing all of their bodies and loses it. Just loses it and goes Titan mode and starts charging at her. And the classic Eren. Yeah. So Irvin, oh my god, I saw this TikTok this week and it was talking about to you. Did you? Oh my god, I'm the dead. Different roars in different languages. That mamma mia, that I can't tell you. Crystal how hard sent it to me and I was like, how dare you? I can't tell you because at first you're like, oh, that is interesting. Yeah, and then I was like, mamma mia, and I was like, I didn't catch it at first because I was trying to make Will listen to it, and then we watched it through again together, and I cried. It was so great, funny. For all of you jerks that don't watch Bridget's TikToks, she sends some really good ones. Okay, I'll vouch for it. I go quite enjoyed your stream, page, so you don't have to. And I don't. I just let Bridget send it to me. Bridget and Dana, they send me all my content. It's great. You're welcome. Thanks. So here we go. Back to sad part. Irvin, Levi, and Mikasa all hear Eren's roar, and they all start charging to him because they're like, "Oh shoot, that's our Titan." Eren's now in hand-to-hand combat with the female Titan. Remember, Eren sucked at hand-to-hand combat in training in boot camp. So she's injured, but the female Titan's injured, but still has far more ability than Eren. Yeah. And Levi solemnly flies by his squad, which is so sad. He's rushing through the forest, and they've all been absolutely demolished, but he stops at Petra's body and just stares for a minute, which he doesn't do with any of the other bodies, and then moves on. And we don't see him move on. We just see him sitting there staring, and I cry every time. It's not fair. It's horrible. And I'll explain in the next episode why. So Eren says that he made the wrong decision to trust his teammates. So he's regretting everything. I mean, it's the post remorse thing. You couldn't have seen this coming. Mm-hmm. And he's taking all of this blame on himself. So Eren says he made the wrong decision to trust his teammates. And when he came after them, when she came after them and his decision got them all killed, he says it's all his fault. Eren's healing face / him losing control is absolutely terrifying. While he's healing, the female Titan flips him over and gets out of his pin because he has her like pinned on the ground and is just like pummeling her. So the female Titan hardens her fist and punches Eren in the jaw, but at the same time he swings back and punches her in the stomach into the air, like literally yeeting her into the air. Mm-hmm. And both Eren and the female Titan are exhausted because Eren's jaw's gone. She just got like the crap knocked out of her. So the female Titan then uses her hardened hand to cut Eren's Titan head in half. Like just straight up goes shing, like a blade hand, cuts him in half at the jawline. And then I lost my note. Cuts him in half and unhinges her jaw, which is absolutely terrifying looking. And this is not the only time we will see this in the show, but unhinges her jaw to bite off the nape of his neck and reveal his human body. And then the female Titan then bites Eren out of the body and looks like it eats him and then runs off. Mikasa witnesses the whole thing. So obviously Mikasa is about to go feral. Because you don't touch Mikasa's man. And she rages out, chases down the female Titan, and Mikasa just starts cutting up the female Titan. The female Titan's guarding the nape of her neck, and Mikasa is able to cut her down, but she can't kill the female Titan because of the crystal hardening again. And Mikasa is convinced Eren is alive. Levi, like Mikasa's about to kill herself trying to get Eren, and what she is convinced is in the female Titan's mouth. And out of nowhere, Levi swings and grabs Mikasa, like very big brother type, like holds her back and tells her to stay back for now, maintain current distance. Levi says it's unlikely Eren survived, but Mikasa's not going to take that. But he's like holding her back. And then that's where the episode ends. Like it's a brutal cliffhanger. This episode went by so fast.
I mean, so honestly, like I would freak out too. Like, oh, yeah. Straight up. Like, I can't blame her for that. She just watched him be eaten. I mean, Armin freaked out the same way.
Yeah, like this is not his first. And so in the after credits, we see Levi and Mikasa still chasing and fighting the female Titan. And then Armin calls Levi humanity's greatest soldier. And you know what? He ain't wrong. We're like 5 years from this season. He still ain't wrong. Bless that man.
Bless the man. Sorry.
Lauren, what you got for us? Lauren, what you got for us?
No fun facts,
please.
Yeah, this is actually, well, no, I don't have any fun facts. I do have the screens though. No voice actors.
Yeah.
Love these episodes because there's no voice actors.
What do you get, like 2 next episode and that's it? Maybe?
Yeah,
1 or 2?
Because the others weren't named. There were others, but they didn't have names, so I didn't bother because I'm tired. So, oh wait, in 22, no, I got nothing because none of them had names. Oh. I did almost look up one of them just for sadness, but I decided not to.
Petra's dad? You should have looked up
Petra's I thought dad. About it. I didn't though. Anyway, the mid-episode screens are talking about the Scout Regiment's horses. So they have special horses that were specifically bred for them, and they stand about 160 centimeters tall, and they weigh anywhere from 450 to 500 kilograms, kg. So if you're like me and you don't know the size of the average horse, I looked that up too. The average horse is about 160 centimeters tall, so that's cool. It's a little on the tall side, but they only weigh about 300 kilograms. So these horses are just buff horses, I'm assuming. I guess they're buffer and more muscly so they can run long distances. But anyway, their top speed is between 75 and 85 kilometers per hour. And they can maintain the speed of 35 kilometers per hour for long periods of time. Horses are just about the only way to escape or outrun a Titan. So
makes sense.
Cool. I didn't look up their average speed. I don't know, but I thought that the weight was crazy. So
horses are deceivingly, like, it sounds dumb, but they're deceivingly huge.
Yeah.
I know that sounds dumb, but like if you don't see a horse every day and you only see them online, like they don't seem giant until you're like right up next to it.
I went to ride horses for my last birthday because I'd never ridden a horse before, and I love Lord of the Rings, and I've always wanted to feel majestic and ride a horse. So we rode a horse, and they're huge. They are huge, and it was really fun.
And you will
I loved it. You will, but it was super fun, and I would totally do it again.
I love riding horses. I'm allergic. That's like the only animal I'm
allergic to. That is so sad.
Yeah, I did my allergy test. She's like, "Are you around horses often?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Good, you're allergic." And I was like, "My rich people dreams."
Dana ended up on the smallest horse, and her horse like didn't want to keep up with us. I know. And I got the mean horse, Will got the really sweet horse, and Dana got like this little tiny horse that was like not about the trail ride we were on. So it kept like stopping behind us, and it kept stopping to pee. Like it really had to pee. Mm-hmm. And we almost got to the end, and Dana ended up like a crazy, like freaking a football field behind us because her horse just stopped to take a leak like in the middle of the trail. And we're like trying to stop, but my horse is a jerk, and Will's is just so happy it's going in circles, and I'm just like, okay.
When I rode horses last, I had the horse that just was chill, didn't want to do anything, but my mom's horse kept biting my horse, and every time my mom's horse bit my horse, we would run, and I didn't know what was happening. It would just be like, oh my gosh. And one time my brother had to ride a donkey because he was too little, and the donkey was tied to our instructor, and Daniel was like, I don't like this.
That's so cute.
So we always are like, Pepper the donkey, because that's what its name was, Pepper the donkey.
Aww.
Sorry, Daniel.
I love it.
It was really cute. We've only rode like horses. I mean, I've rode horses other places, but the last few times have been in Big Bend. It was quite fun. And we've rode horses on the beach, and my horse one time decided to just beeline away from the beach, like towards the road. And I was like, no. And I was a kid, so it's not exactly like I can control the horse very well. You can't like
pull it over. That's not how it works.
So all of a sudden I just saw our instructor just beelining towards me, and it's like, thank you.
Save me.
All right. We ready?
That's what Petra said when she died.
I will kill you.
So sorry. I'm sorry.
Go to episode 22.
The defeated, like me. The 57th exterior scouting mission, part 6. This is the last part.
The last of
the last of these parts.
Until we get to the next parts. All of their episodes are parts.
They're all parts. But these are the only parts for this part. I'm sorry. Your Netflix summary. Oh my God. Why would you do this, Bridget? Why would you do this?
I had it queued up. If you're not knowing why Lauren's freaking out, I changed my background to a really sad part of this episode.
Oh, my heart is shattered. Here's your Netflix summary. I hate you. After watching Eren get swallowed by the female titan, Mikasa and Levi, I put Kivi because I can't type. Kivi follow the brutal monster in the hopes that he is still alive inside of her.
At her mouth. Oh, okay, here we go. So Mikasa explains that she thinks Eren is alive because of how the female titan acted, and that she must be holding him on her tongue because she needs her hands. I was like, that's a weird thing to try and figure out that fast, just from body language. Like,
and she's like
holding him on her tongue. I was like, she's holding him in her mouth. Like, just say that. Like, why so specifically on her tongue?
That's a thing. Specifically in this anime, but in lots of anime, where everyone's theories aren't really theories. They're just right. They're like, no, they're doing this. And I'm like,
it's like in D&D where you're like, it's metagaming. It's like, how did your character know that? How did your character know that? Your character shouldn't have that info. You've got to go on a journey to find that info. You don't just know that the Briarwoods are vampires.
Are you sure?
Shout out to all my Critical Role Legend of Vox Machina people.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's cool.
I've been listening to Critical Role nonstop ever since I watched Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime, and I am obsessed. It's a D&D show, Lauren. You'll love it.
That's on your Facebook with the glasses guy?
Yep.
Cool.
Percy.
I was going to ask you
No mercy, Percy!
Okay.
Lauren, you'll be obsessed with that show. It's D&D.
I'll watch it.
I mean, that's half of like character inspiration I'm pulling for our next game.
I owe you a show to watch, so I will watch the show for you.
Thank you. You can, if I don't say this, I'll be in trouble. Thank you to my brother Daniel, who 1 year ago tried to make me listen to Critical Role, and I didn't do it. And now he's all bitter that I started watching and getting obsessed with it a year later and can afford more things than he can. And he's like, you got the cool book that I've been wanting for so long. And I bought 2 books. Like, I bought a Critical Role, like manga book essentially, and it's really cool. And then I bought the book all about how they created Critical Role and how they run their games and their marketing, and it's freaking cool. I just bought a shirt for one of my favorite characters, which is the Bard Scanlan, who is, you will love him and you'll see why I love him. And then I bought.
Are you going to be a bard? Have you
I don't know. I've gone back.
Did you decide what you're going to be, by the way?
I have like 12 miniatures in my Etsy cart because I go and decide. I can't choose.
I need you to decide because I can't decide until you decide.
You said you were going to be a ranger, so I have knocked Ranger out of my choices. No, I knocked Ranger out of my choices.
Well, if no one's going to be a bard, our party needs a bard. I need to know what Ryan is. Ryan, what are you?
He doesn't know either because he's doing the same thing I'm doing, and we have like 12 characters. So I texted Ryan the other night. He goes, "You know what? Let's just play 4 characters." And I was like, yeah, we'll just kill one off. And then we're like, oh, don't worry. I have a whole binder of the next person.
Well, I need y'all to figure out what you want to be, and then I'll figure out what I want to be. I just want to fill in the missing part of our party, especially since we're going to be such a small party.
We're going to be short one party person anyway. But he's coming home tomorrow, so I'm going to work on it with him tomorrow.
Maybe.
Hello, Mother. I'm recording my podcast.
Hi.
Lauren says hi. All right. Goodbye. All right. Let's do our last episode.
Wait, what other party person?
Like I'm just saying, like, we're keeping it a small game, so we're not gonna have everything we need in a party. Like, we're gonna be missing something.
Oh, I know, but I want to fill it.
You can't fill all of them.
I can fill everything.
So I think so far it's you, me, Ryan, maybe Michael's brother. I think that might be it.
I could probably convince Will to play.
You should convince Will to play. Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun.
I will ask. Is that cool? Is that cool, Ryan and Michael? Sure. You'll like Will.
They don't listen to this.
I know. You're right. Is that cool, Bridget? You're in charge.
That's cool with me. It's cool with me. Cool. All right, episode 22. They're defeated. Woot. So,
we're
like
defeated.
We said, we will be. Mikasa explains that she thinks Aaron's alive because of how the female Titan acted. He's probably on her tongue and his mouth. In her mouth.
X-ray vision.
Yeah, her theory is, of course, correct. Mikasa yells at Levi, saying that if he did his job, they wouldn't be having this conversation. Like, Mikasa just raged out at her commander, and I'm like, ooh. Levi tells her, do not kill. He'll handle the cutting, and they'll act, and they'll assume that Aaron is alive and try and get him back. And Mikasa needs to distract the female Titan because clearly, Mikasa is raging out. She can draw more attention. So Levi's spin moves are deadly, and he's so just like cool. A twirly little ball of human.
He is a little twirly man. I called him a twirly man in my notes.
Then is like when he goes to, I'm like, one, that's not humanly possible, but he does it in every kill. He just spins real fast, cool. And it's really cool.
He was a ballerina in a past life,
honestly,
or a figure skater.
I feel ballerina because he's got that delicate footing when he's shooting on those little wires. I'm feeling ballerina. He's got to do the toe balancing.
Yeah,
big toe balancing.
You're right. Well, do men do that?
It's ballerina. So yeah, ballet. You got to balance on your toes for all your positions, don't you?
Oh, I was just
a position. It's a dance position.
You're right. I was thinking about point shoes, and I don't think there were point shoes, and I got distracted. I'm sorry. Continue.
So, Levi's spin moves are deadly. The female Titan goes to punch him. It says to bunch him. To punch him, and he just viciously destroys her arm. I wish I could pull up a video for y'all, but here's cool. Your arm, and he just
we can't see your arm.
There it is. And so he just goes up as soon as I start.
Oh my god!
Just goes up the line of her arm. Yeah, like that, and then just up the arm and just slices her arm in half like a horror movie style. And I'm
I have a here? I have a Ryuji.
Yeah, slice your arm.
It's a figure side. Okay, he's got a little
up,
crowbar.
Yeah. Let's pretend that's a sword.
And he's
And so it like just cuts her arm in half. That was really good.
Was it good?
Yeah, that's what I needed. Thank you. That was a great demonstration, small scale. Actually,
I have Ryuji for all of our scales. We're good.
It's probably 2 scale. Your Titan size, that's Levi's size.
Everyone watched the video. That was excellent.
Yeah, if you don't watch anything, watch that part. Our small scale size Titan Titan attack. So Levi's just so fast that she can't react to harden her skin in time, which like bruh, that's really fast. And so Levi has to jump in to save Mikasa because she didn't listen, and she tries to cut up the nape when Levi said, "No, I do the cutting. You just get Eren when I get him out." And so when he does that, he cracks his ankle, like he slips and rolls his ankle, and Levi reprimands her. When I saw that, I was like,
I know, I did too. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot that happened, and I was like, what's gonna happen? Career. Oh my god.
So Levi reprimands her, and then Levi, like in his rage of yelling at Mikasa, just goes, slices the female Titan's tail, gets Eren out of her mouth, and just like Eren's covered in saliva, and he goes, he's disgusting, but he's all right. And just like, because Mikasa didn't do it according to plan, he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Like very Thanos, fine, I'll do it myself. Except that was my Josh Brolin voice. Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't get the accent at all. The pause, that's pretty bad.
I'm sorry. I was like, no, I can't give it to her.
It was bad. So here's my favorite part. Levi tells Mikasa, who's like, Eren, when he gets him, he goes, we all get that you love him, but try not to act crazy. And she's like, what? And just turns like blushes, and I was like, bless that man.
Again, in the sub, she doesn't say anything. She just blushes.
That's what she does in here. She just blushes.
Oh, okay.
But her face is like, what?
Who, me?
Me? Love Eren?
This is my love face.
Me? Stupid. That's how I feel about that moment of her. Like, girl, don't act like you have been pining over this man. Boy. So sorry. So when Levi looks back, because I'm ignoring you, because they're swinging away, he can see that the female Titan is crying. This is not a funny moment. This is a really big deal.
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I'm just delirious, and I'm hilarious. The female
Titan is crying in Titan form, and just like cut up, no jaw, against the tree. She lost this battle, and his face looks genuinely shocked by it. Like, maybe this isn't something of her will. Like, what is happening? Why is this Titan crying because of it? Like, is it pain? Like, it leaves you with a lot of questions of like, we really don't know anything about this situation. So when we now like have like a cutscene of like commercial, they do the of like the little, that's my commercial middle screen things. We see Eld's family, we see Odwa's family, we see Gunta's family. They're all saying they're supposed to be coming back today and like planning their day with them. And they don't show Petra's family, but we'll see why later. And it's just absolutely heartbreaking because they don't know, but we know. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. It's like salt in the wound there. So they have Eren in the cart, unconscious. They're traveling back, and they have all of their bodies that were struck down in tow with them. And Levi is looking at all the bodies and their emblems on their jackets, and he sees Petra's body, and he takes the patch off her jacket from her body. Which in wars, you take the dog tags, you take the patches, and you can't always bring the body home. So you bring that back. I'm gonna cry during this episode because it sucks so much.
It's really sad.
Armin is comforting Jean when he's feeling overwhelmed by all of the death, because they're like in the middle of war. This is This is like
and their children.
Yeah, they're what, like
And their
16?
15. They're 15 years old.
So Armin's comforting Jean when he's feeling overwhelmed by all of the death. Connie is saying how much longer until it's our turn to die, and Sasha tells him to be happy they're alive and they've made it this far. Irvin is informed they estimate 5 bodies to be unrecoverable, meaning like they're surrounded by titans, maybe they were eaten. There's different factors to it. And because it's so brutal, they have to put it down as missing. So if their body is just like limbs or pieces they can't bring back, like they just say they're missing. Dieter, this is where we had our big falling out of, you and me, with Dieter,
I was so mad for
blonde
no reason.
Dieter. You were so mad. Do you not like see
So
me in that
sorry.
episode, like trying to like recover? And I'm like, no, it's not. They're both Dieter.
And then I was upset because I was like, I didn't even react that strongly. And I was like, no, you did, you dummy. You did react way too strong. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. But I'm on antidepressants now. I can see that I was wrong.
It's always better hindsight. It's like when I'm PMSing, I have a mood swing and I don't realize I had a mood swing until the mood swing ends and I'm like, hey.
And also, we recovered from that so well. It just like went straight on. I was that episode
crisis
today.
Controlling and trying to talk out of that situation and just move on because I was like, let's talk about this.
And I was just like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, okay, but this is really funny.
You didn't
I was
talk
upset.
For 10 minutes on that episode.
I was upset.
And then finally you could see you kind of loosen up, but I was like, Lauren.
I don't even know why I was
and you
mad.
Would not talk
and we
to
didn't
me. I was like,
and we didn't even talk about it after. We just had our same BS. But I'm sorry I was such a jerk. It wasn't intentional.
They were both named Dieter, and they didn't say that one of them, they never said Dieter for the other one. So it was very confusing in your defense. Okay.
Oh, I'm crying again. I'm sorry.
I just spit everywhere. Ooh. Okay. So Dieter, blonde Dieter, not bald Dieter with the horses who died.
Not dead Dieter.
Not dead Dieter. Oh yeah, that's a good way to clarify. Live Dieter, not dead Dieter.
Live Dieter.
Is yelling that we can't leave the bodies, and his friend Jurgen too, because they say that they can't go back because the Titans are everywhere. That's why they can't get the bodies. Levi tells them that no matter what they do, they're dead. Like, it seems blunt, but like they're in like basically war, and they're like, it's not going to bring their bodies back will not change the situation. You're doing it for your own personal comfort. And I understand, but we cannot. And going back and getting them would do nothing now. It shows the coldness that you have to have in war and death. What I just said. Sorry, notes. I jumped ahead of you. Dieter starts yelling that there's Titans chasing them all of a sudden. So that moment happened. They're walking back to the cart. They're talking. Some talking happens. Aaron's not conscious, but Meeks is hovering over him. And then all of a sudden,
she's watching him sleep like she always does. Creep.
And then Dita all of a sudden starts yelling, "There's Titans! There's Titans!" They're like riding back on horses. And they have the dead bodies of their friend that they grew up with on the back of their horse. They went back to get him. And now they've attracted Titans to the whole entire squad that was trying to recover and carry all their bodies on the carts and take them back home, like in a solemn, slow manner. So more people are getting snatched by Titans and more people are dying. Thanks, Dita. And Dita ends up dropping his friend's body anyway because it falls off the horse and it can't go back.
And it gets crushed. Yeah, it gets crushed in front of his stupid eyes.
Irvin tells Levi that the best thing to do is to head to the wall for safety. Mikasa swings up on ODM gear to take down a Titan and saves Dita. And then Armin has the same thought as Levi. They have to dump the bodies in order to save themselves because the bodies are too heavy and they can't go fast enough. Levi says they've already left so many corpses behind. These aren't any less special because they're hesitating to do it. They're like, we just loaded all of these people up. And so Levi's got to tell them the blunt truth. There has to be someone that does that. Everybody's so emotional. There has to be someone to turn it off to help get things done. And it sucks, but he is their like leader. He's the dad of all of these little babies.
He is, honestly.
And forevermore. These are the whole rest of the show is Levi keeping his kids in line. Mom. Yeah. So he says, consider it their last duty to the cause. And then they open the like little hitch on the back of the thing, and all the bodies start rolling off the cart, and they kind of fly in the air because they're bouncing around. And so some of them get unwrapped. So whose body do we do a close-up on? Petra's. We see Petra's
the most
dead body
one
flying in the air, and it's upsetting. And in all caps I wrote, why do we have to do a close-up on Petra's body?
Why did they have to do a still of her broken body for like a full 3 seconds?
It's horrible.
Why?
So finally, now after dumping the bodies, they gain enough speed to break away from the Titans that are chasing them. Levi calmly tells Dita that they can't always carry. I love this part because Dita's already beating himself up. More people have just died. He lost his friend's body. It was an act of emotion. And so Levi doesn't come to yell at him. Yeah, he'll probably get reprimanded later, but he's not going to yell at him. It doesn't do anything in that situation. So he just calmly tells him they can't always carry their fallen comrades home, but they can carry their memory. He gives the patch to Dita, he says, from Ivan's uniform so that he can take home Ivan's memory. That was his friend he went back to get. Dita starts sobbing and says, thank you. But in reality, we know that is the patch Levi took from Petra's. Because that's what he did with Petra's body. He was taking her patch home. But he saw that Dita needed it more than him.
It's so sad.
It broke me. So then we have a flashback of Mikasa telling Eren that he should let the scout regiment thing go. The bells of the wall, Eren rushing to see the scouts coming back, and they were all bloodied and beaten, and there were so few of them coming back. Well, the memory changes. Eren doesn't hit the guy with the stick like he does when we see in the first few episodes. Eren's now wearing his scout's poncho, and he hears Mikasa's voice. And just so you know, Universal Studios Japan has it listed as a scout's poncho. Maybe
they have ponchos, but this is a cape.
It's the exact same thing.
We looked up.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know wrong. The official copyrighted Universal Studios Japan has them. Also, if anybody's going to Universal Studios Japan or just wants to buy this on eBay for me, I really want the Levi popcorn bucket, and I cannot bring myself.
I want that so badly too, actually, but I don't want to.
I cannot. You can't piggyback on my request.
I want one too. If you can have one, I can have one.
$140. So if
no, thank you.
If someone loves me that much, please. Okay, so
or gift me the popcorn bucket so that I can show it. I'm sorry, that would be really funny though.
So the memory changes. Eren doesn't hit that guy with a stick like he did in the past. Eren's now wearing his scout's poncho. I almost said hoodie. And he hears Mikasa's voice, and then he comes to in the wagon because he heard Mikasa's voice, and he's asking, and the wagon's on the way back to the wall. So he starts asking how he got here, and the first thing he does, because he is a fragile masculine person, he asks if she had to step in and save him again. And I was like, yeah, because you were an idiot, per usual. You didn't think with your head. You just raged out, and you're not good at combat, man. So the scouts come back inside the walls. They're all bloody and beaten. And the people are talking about how little there are coming back, kind of like that memory Eren just had. They're so incredibly critical of the scouts. And Eren's getting mad again. And Mikasa tells him to ignore it. And then the kids he saw right before they left to go outside the wall sees him again, and they are watching, and they feel encouraged by Eren and them coming back, saying they're unstoppable. So it changes Eren's demeanor. Here's the worst part. It's my background right now. Mm-hmm. Levi's walking with the whole team through the streets, and Petra's father comes running up to Levi. He says he has a letter from Petra saying that she was handpicked by Levi himself and that she was completely devoted to Levi. His father says that she has so much more to do in her life before marriage. Maybe her and Levi had a thing. Maybe she just loved Levi. Either way, it's utterly heartbreaking. And you can see it on Levi's face, as you can see right here. He just stares forward and is just broken because the dad says, I think she might be too young to marry.
Sad.
So she said that in her letter home to her dad. So the scouts get their custody of Aaron revoked because of their failure, and that's the last thing we see. So in the after credits, we see that Annie is on the elite security escort team when Aaron's at the Capitol, because now they're about to do the whole court thing again because scouts no longer have custody of Aaron. And then Armin summons her for help for a secret mission. And that's what we'll talk about next week.
So, you know how the scouts have special horses?
Yeah.
They also have special carriages.
Ooh, are they lightweight?
Actually, these carriages are a complex and use a complex and special suspension system created in the industrial city. I can't read today. I've been awake too long. It's made from your favorite ultra hard steel and therefore can only be produced there. These carriages are able to maintain a speed of about 20 kilometers per hour when drawn by a scout regiment horse, but only by their horse. It is also possible for them to be driven over stone streets or other poor ground conditions with no change in speed. So they just have really good suspension. That's kind of it. They can do this.
Which they do. And bodies go flying.
I don't have any fun facts, so that's all about you, my girly.
Here we go. Welcome to Bridget's Fun Fact Corner. We're Levi and Petra.
Fun fact
thing.
Bridget. That's your new jingle. Do you like it?
Thank you. So when asked, Isayama, who is the creator of Attack on Titan, said when they asked, was that a thing? Was that a ship? And he said, ship and let ship. That was literally his answer. Ship and
what a wonderful man.
Ship and let ship.
Awesome.
The Levi looked on Petra's dead body being thrown out of the cart scene was just an additional scene in the anime and was not in the manga. I repeat, it was an additional scene, and it got approval from Isayama to be in there because he was like, yeah, I think that's a really good portrayal of what they're feeling. So that was gifted from him. And then on the scene where Petra's father talked to Levi after the expedition, apparently there are little differences between the raw Japanese manga and the English version. So in conclusion, if we look solely on facts, Levi and Petra pairing is just like any other popular yet ambiguous pairing. Like Irvin and Levi or Levi and Hanji, there's absolutely no proof that the two had involved in a serious relationship, since the situation likely won't let them do so. So, because, he's their boss. But, at least in one party. In this case, Petra had feelings to another party. So they think maybe she just liked him. Maybe it wasn't reciprocated. But I disagree with that take. Levi only took her badge from the corpse, nobody else's. And then when all the corpses were released, Petra's the only one that got the zoom in. And Levi seemed to show lingering feelings for her. Not saying that he didn't care about the rest, but let's take a moment to think about why it zoomed in on her and no one else but only her. There is more romantic scenes in the manga I will never read, Attack on Titan Junior High, which is canon now, series with them.
Ow.
Don't ask.
Ow.
Which may or may not
whatever.
be canon in an alternate timeline. It's complicated. And Petra is featured on almost all of Levi's birthday art, and same with hers. They're always together, and Isayama does that. Levi has a talking bubble on his latest birthday thing that says, Petra picked out this suit for me, while he's in a nice birthday outfit.
In his birthday
suit, you could say.
Stop it.
Even Levi's voice actors, Hiroshi Kamiya, who's the Japanese voice actor, and Matthew Mercer, ship them.
They're both wonderful.
Yes, I love Matthew.
So we trust them. They know.
Basically, it is understood in this fandom that they did have a secret relationship. And
I love it.
And that's why she was so calm with Aaron of like, he's not what you think he is. And he chose her specifically, like maybe they went to training together. We don't know. We never get to know that. But in AOT Junior High, they're a thing. And
I love it.
that's technically canon, kinda. It's complicated.
It's an excellent kind of canon, almost anything. But it's also just a really excellent
And
ship.
also
like,
just let us have that canon and ship, because it's not like anything can happen because she died.
Yeah. Poor Levi.
He doesn't get any happiness.
It hurts. I really love Petra.
So that was my fun fact corner that
Sad.
ends in heartbreak.
Thank you. It was a good fun fact
You're
corner.
welcome. So next week, that's our final episodes of season 1.
Yeah.
So that's season 1, episode 23, Smile. The Assault on Stois, part 1. And then episode 24, Mercy. The Assault on Stois, part 2. And then episode 25, Wall. The Assault on Stois, part 3. I really hate that it's just like 3 just words.
I do too. It's stupid.
Smile, Mercy, Wall. Like, could we get creative?
No, Aaron made these titles.
Oh, yeah.
What do you
No,
expect?
his would be like, fight, blood, vengeance, trust me.
Punch.
Punch, yell.
Fight.
Shut up, Mikasa.
You're not my mom.
I don't like you like that.
I just expect Aaron to like scream and start like jamming out some My Chemical Romance.
For sure. Where are you in the current season of Attack on Titan?
I haven't started part 2 at all.
Well,
so I'm in the middle of part 1.
That's
I'm trying to think of how I can get into this without ruining anything.
No, it's fine. I can't discuss anything with you because if you haven't even started part 2,
I haven't started part 2.
Never mind. Never mind. I have so many memes that I almost send you all the time, and I'm like, no.
So Dana somehow got herself onto Attack on Titan TikTok, so she knows exactly what's happening right now, and she's devastated because she knows who my favorite character is, and apparently a lot of stuff's going on with my guy. So she's like, I just have all these things that I can't show you, and I told her, I'm like, you can send them to Bridget if you want to.
Yeah, just send them to me. I'll feel the feels.
Yeah,
we had an Avengers moment in the last episode, 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
It's very fun, and I'm very excited for it. The way it's drawn in the manga is kind of like cool, but the way they shot it with like the camera angle going up, I was like,
no.
Dun, dun,
is it like a round circle thing? We love that.
Kinda. It's more like the end of Avengers where Loki's on the ground and they're all posed.
Oh, we love that. That's hilarious.
I was like, oh, Avengers. And so Twitter immediately was like, I love this episode of Japanese Avengers. It's good.
I will catch up soon because I've gone so far without getting any spoilers.
You've gone so far. Just kidding. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I know that my luck is about to run out. So
you're risking it hard.
Yeah. So I just
because there's only a few episodes left.
I know. I don't know how much longer I can hold out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into it.
They've started part 2 started releasing in dub also, so I've only been listening
it in dub again.
I only listened to the Levi episodes in dub, which they've really not given me a lot of those.
Bummer.
I know. I mean, I knew it because I read the manga and we're following different characters right now in this arc, but I was like,
still though,
where's Matt Mercer?
It's doing Critical Role.
It's Thursday night. They have songs and everything. Lauren,
I've heard that song. I know.
I'm like heavy into this.
I'm sorry.
I did not hesitate.
You never do. I don't.
No, this is why I don't drink.
I don't drink because of antidepressants.
Oh, that's you. You can't drink on that. Lexapro does not allow you to do that because it's either you take a drink and you're like, this is fine. I just got drunk really fast. That
happened to me.
Or you just go,
yeah.
Either way.
I almost did both.
There's no in between. There is no in between.
No. It's
I've heard friends' horror stories on it. It's like,
I
okay,
was
good note.
fortunately home and on my couch, so I just laid there and closed my eyes and let it pass.
Ugh.
And I was like, never again. Sorry, Crystal.
Well, Lauren,
Bridget,
I love you.
I love you. And you know what else?
We love
I
y'all.
love anime.
And we love anime. Oh, we messed that up.
We
All right,
did.
well, we gotta go. Goodbye.
Goodbye.